Comeuppance Network.
This is how to watch TV.
On Comeuppance Network. This is how to watch TV.
Westworld with Joel and Jeremy. My name's Joel. This is Jeremy.
Welcome to our completely unprofessional environment. We are brought to you by Comeuppance Network, and you can check out all of our social media sites at This Is How to Watch TV.
Fuck, does that mean it's their fault?
Also,
Does that mean it's Comeuppance Network's fault?
Yeah, that means it's
That we're
their fault.
unprofessional? God damn it. That's
You
me.
better get on that.
Right, that's
Okay.
just me. Okay.
Anyway, email us directly or indirectly at thisishowtowatchtv@gmail.com, and check us out on Twitter at _howtowatchtv.
Yes, or at Comeuppance for me, or at DeSchwitz for him. He says he doesn't answer it, but I've been sending you tweets and I haven't gotten any replies. So you
said I'll answer
decide
it?
for yourself. I can't do a FaceTime right now.
You got to send me a text afterwards saying, "Hey, I sent you a tweet."
We are here to talk about episode 6, The Adversary of Westworld. Do we have like a synopsis? I guess I didn't bother to get that this week.
Unprofessional.
Right, fuck.
Anyway,
Gotta get my shit together.
this one, like the Maeve, her story moved forward. How she's kind of
Considerably, yes.
Yes, how she's kind of like blackmailing these two guys. And
Right.
They're basically doing it. The guy from the Domino's commercial.
Is that, is that
not
Sebastian?
the Asian dude, but the other guy.
That's
It's the guy from. He was definitely
Sylvester, sorry.
He's definitely in a Domino's commercial.
Sylvester.
And he's
the
equally
other
as
guy's
creepy
Felix.
in the Domino's commercial.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's not, like, doing surgery on people in the Domino's
No,
commercial?
he's doing surgery on pizza in the Domino's commercial.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so let's see, what else? The satellite uplink stuff, we kind of follow up on that a little bit. And
Well, we actually find out who's doing that by the end of the episode. Well, supposedly.
go on.
Or she points it out. She said it was her. It was Teresa.
Oh,
She
okay,
pointed
yeah,
out
it was.
to-
Yeah, that's right.
That's when he was on the phone with her, and he looked up back at her. That's her.
Okay, so she's the one channeling shit out. Yeah,
Right.
you
Or
know,
it's made to look like that's who's doing it.
I sort of
I
have a
don't
feeling
think
about
I
that
don't
when-
think Lee is smart
Lee?
enough, or Lee's the drunk British dude
Oh, I
who's
forgot
like the
guy's
director
name,
of
yeah.
who's the director of narrative or whatever.
God, I hate when shit like that escapes me.
It's Lee something or other. I don't remember his last name, but his name is Lee.
Damn it.
Are you like questioning that I'm wrong?
No, we've never called him that before, and it's bugging
his
me
name.
what his
It's
last name
Westworld.
is. And I don't have fucking internet or anything. Like, what's going on?
How do you not have internet?
Because I'm connected to Henderson instead of the internet here. I mean,
Professional all the way, guys.
super professional. Fuck.
We're trying really hard right now, by the way.
Right. I'm just trying to connect to the internet and can't even do that. Well, okay, let's just start at the beginning.
We should be good now.
Maeve waking up as the new Dolores, seemingly. Didn't
She
that...
woke up in the same position, basically, yeah. But she's just going through the motions. She's figured this thing out. That she's coming back every time she gets killed.
But so that's just
So
the
she's
way
just-
that she wakes up as well?
Yeah.
That's
when they put her back, she
probably
like
every
wakes
time.
up, yeah. So now she's figuring out how to
Sizemore, jeez. I mean,
Lee
it was just
Sizemore. I
on
knew
the
it was
tip of
something
my
like that,
tongue,
yeah.
and it was going to bug me until I said it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, he was involved in that shit. But I noticed that when she woke up, again, it had the very same visuals as the Dolores
Yes.
wake up. And the guy that bumped into, that elbowed the guy or shoulder blocked the dude, shoulder checked him off the train. Like, it happened to Teddy, and then it happened to somebody
Right.
else. The guy turned around and dueled with him and shot him. Like, that's the first time somebody's done that.
Right.
Yeah, it's always like they always just don't take the bait, and that whoever that was just took the bait.
So that's just a lead into a different narrative, per se.
Probably.
Like that killing that guy leads you to something else.
was
or
he?
somebody runs
Yeah.
up to you like, he was the baddest man in the West, and you just shot him. Now
Right.
you're this guy, and you got to go over here now. And
Right.
yeah, so that's
Oh, I see what
basically-
you're saying.
It leads into another narrative.
propels you into your next
Yes.
storyline.
Like
yeah.
I said, one of the other hosts runs up, hey, you just killed
Yeah.
the best duelist in all of Sugar City, whatever it's called, Shining City. What's the name of it? The name of the main city?
The
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater. There you go. I was
Sugar
thinking
City.
Pariah. Yeah, Sugar City.
Sweetwater.
What did you
We got it
think
correct.
of the whole thing with Felix and Sylvester are the two butchers? I guess
Yes,
we're calling them.
the two guys, the doctor guys.
Both
were
cat names. And if you recall, Sylvester didn't like when the other dude had a little Tweety bird. In the last episode.
No, that I didn't put together. But why?
Why?
That's
what?
weird. Why would they make those references?
I don't know.
Because you know they did it on purpose.
Yeah, right. That's just weird.
Felix and Sylvester, and they had a little Tweety bird.
Yeah, and Sylvester didn't like the Tweety bird. I'm adding the Tweety part. Just to
But it
make
was definitely tweeting.
Right.
Right. Not tweeting as in tweeting. There's no need for
It's not on Twitter,
attacks.
yeah. So the guy was
Would it be fun
coding
if
with
Tweety
Maeve?
Bird was on Twitter?
Right.
Is Tweety Bird on Twitter? I think
Tweety's
we should-
tweets.
Tweety's tweets. We should definitely
At
investigate
Tweety's
that.
tweets.
At Tweety's tweets. Oh my God, they're gonna steal that and make $1 billion.
Yeah, right. That's our $1 billion idea is the Tweety's tweets.
No, I'd say they're gonna take it because
Who's
they don't
they?
have to steal it because it's theirs.
Right. Oh, Twitter, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on Twitter. Fucking
But
WB.
how was Twitter not? How did they not take Tweety on as the mascot? Wouldn't that have made the most
How
sense?
did that not happen? I don't know. Could they not come to terms with the WB?
I don't know. Was it WB
The WB was
or Warner Brothers?
Warner
Yeah.
Brothers cartoons. Yeah.
Okay.
Looney Tunes.
I always think the WB, what used to be Channel 9.
Now it's the CW.
Yeah, too many acronyms. So the thing with Maeve, the guy is trying to code her. Felix is trying to code her. He's trying to change her code right from the start, before she wakes up. Before she has the dude strangle her. She's knowing now that she can just die and she'll appear back there. So
Right.
she's
trying to get back there every
initiating
time.
that.
Yeah, yes, because she wants to get back every
But so
time.
what
she
is
can...
he doing prior to that? Trying to wake her up or tinkering with her code while she's out?
No, because every time she wakes up, she's remembering, and that's catching these guys off guard. Because she's remembering every time she's wake up, she's remembering. So every time she comes back,
Yeah.
she's learning more until finally she says, "Okay, I want you to start pumping up my attributes here."
Now that was after they went upstairs,
Yes.
right? So she. Let me ask you this: do you think that she had the potential to harm him when she put the knife to his throat? Do you think that she has surpassed that?
I'm uncertain. I don't know at this point.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure, but it feels like they were dropping hints in this episode saying that
The host possibly hurt the.
Well, no, the host's brain, or like whatever they're running on, is smarter than humans. So what if they're working within their framework and still doing things they're not supposed to do? Like they've outsmarted it. She's figured out a way to navigate between the two planes.
Right.
She shouldn't know how to do that. She's figured out a way to remember things.
Every time she
I think
gets
it's coding. It's the reveries.
and they can't get her back to normal. Like every time she goes out, they're probably trying to record her, but now they're
Why would they
sucked
bump her
in.
stats up? Do they think she's gonna figure more out that way?
They bumped her perception all the way up, which is you're giving an AI basically
so
self-awareness.
They're changing.
Yeah.
They're making it so that she can do what? Become self-actualized? Become a real thing?
Okay, exactly. Now, so at that point, when she does start to become self-aware as she is,
Right.
self-aware in a sense that means she understands what's happening to her now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She's not just a host that goes back into. She's starting to ask those questions. What's going on? Where am I waking up here?
Quick question before I totally forget it.
Yeah, because you're
It's
gonna make me totally forget. What
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
saying.
go on, then.
I'm
Go
already
ahead.
done. It's already done.
Fuck, man, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You mentioned something that made me think of the way they transfer the consciousness out of Dolores' dad into the next body actor, so to speak.
Right.
So it's not that the
There's an
AIs,
example.
the AIs aren't the commodity. The personalities are. They're building these personalities over time, and the personalities are what
Okay,
gets
so then
transferred
what does
on.
that? Okay, then does that take a physical form then?
I don't
That they
think
have
so.
to implant, or is this by
Oh,
computer?
you mean is there like a piece of it
Yeah.
that is the thing and you
Right.
plug it in? I don't know. We haven't gotten to see.
We haven't gotten
we've
to see
seen
those-
inside,
But not necessarily all of it. They're doing a really good job of being like, here you go,
right.
like a little peek. Here you
Yeah.
go. And then they keep opening it wider each time, but still leaves more questions.
Right.
But I mean, come on, you gotta admit that this this show has a Lost-ish kind of feel. Not in the
Yes.
sense that...
No, not in the content, but in the way.
In the way that they're telling the story.
I don't disagree with that. I've been.
And I hate to do that because I've been hesitant to do it because of you, but...
I've been hesitant to say it because
He hasn't made me a Lost hater, but I just make fun of him because he's such a Trekkie about it.
I'm worried that saying that
It's going to make you
puts
disappointed
too
in
much
it.
pressure on it.
For you, though.
Right. I want it to just be, but it is telling me things
But
in
I'm
a
glad
lost
you're
way.
not making so many comparisons this time. You haven't been. We have only, done... This is our third or sixth Westworld podcast. You haven't done too much Lost
There hasn't been too, but the way you're getting delivered scattered.
Yeah, like I
pieces
said,
of
peek
info.
behind the curtain here and there.
Yeah,
is
that's
what you're
it's
getting.
done in a Lost-ish way, but it's not at all.
Well, you saw like the entryway kind of thing you saw when you're walking. Make your dreams come true. The big advertisements on the walls and shit like that, so you get a sense of it being the amusement park that it is. You know what I mean? I'm talking about when Maeve was.
When
She saw her dreams. How did you have my thoughts? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that had to be crazy for her. But dude, she really processed that really fast and came to terms with it really
Right.
quickly, and was like, I want to know more now. You know, basically. So
Yeah.
like that's what she wants her perception turned up. I can't remember the other attributes that they turned up for her. She asked to change, or one of them
Right.
she did. One of them she wanted left alone.
Right.
Like
I
one of
can't
them she was
remember
like,
which one
that
it
one's
was.
good. You know.
Yeah. So with the satellite uplink, that whole storyline, when he went down, when he said it was done by someone down here, I think that's the first I've heard of it being like an underground thing. We knew of the lower level that he goes to later, where it's like, you know,
Basement.
after Jurassic Park fucked
Well,
up.
no,
where
that's what I'm saying.
everything's screwed up.
He hit a basement 83.
Yeah.
Like B83. That means 84 floors underground.
B82. But yes, I'm with you. I don't want somebody to call us out on it.
Well, okay, well, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
B82.
Yeah, that wasn't for you. That was
I get
for
it.
me. That was them. Yeah.
So basement 82 he goes to.
Yeah.
Now, the way I'm looking at this whole park is there's an underground system through the entire thing. Through the entire park. Because you saw
Underneath the
Bernard
whole park.
popped up out of the ground in an elevator that had like grass and shit on top of it. Do you remember that?
I don't. Why don't I remember?
Oh,
that?
dude, like when he got out, he came out of an elevator in the middle of nowhere.
Oh.
And it was just like a
okay.
big elevator. So there's this underground system through this whole thing. Everything culminates where they're hanging out. The pool area that's on top of the thing, where he was getting all drunk and he talked to the future board member, Lee.
Okay. Oh
Okay?
yeah.
They're on
that
top of
thing.
they're on top of like a huge cliff. I think the main floors keep going down through there and then spread out underground.
Oh, okay.
So when they go to basement 83, like they're going below that cliff down. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like this is just how I'm looking at it from
Yeah.
my perspective of seeing that shot, because they showed that shot in this episode.
I mean, there's that many underground levels.
Yes.
Basement 83.
Yes. To manage this facility like they do, yes.
I mean,
and to
and then
be
the fact
able,
that they
and that's
left
why
it-
they can come up out of the ground anywhere in the
Right.
park.
Okay,
There's
that
probably
makes sense.
strategically elevators placed all over the place where they can come up and be anywhere at like a moment's notice.
Because Ford seems to just be places.
That's what I mean.
doesn't
He's
he?
got this elevator
You think it's
system.
that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And he sees
saw
everything
the
that's going on in the
gunslinger.
park, man.
We saw the gunslinger when Bernard walked onto floor 82. I didn't take a screenshot of it, but he was in the background. The gunslinger. That's from the movie.
The bad robot.
Yeah.
We saw the Yul Brynner character in the back.
Yeah.
I absolutely saw that. Yes, that was cool.
Now, I
Is
don't...
that what they called him in the movie?
What?
The gunslinger?
Yeah, the gunslinger.
Okay.
I'm still under the assumption that we are much like Lost. Here's where I'll go with it's like Lost. I think that everything fucking matters in this show.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they fucked up in that episode where William arrived and showed us the old logo. Because here it is again when they start talking about the old school or the on the computer where he had to go and log
pops
into the
up the old
legacy.
logo.
It pops up the old logo.
Yeah.
I'm still buying the two timelines thing.
I'm still buying it too. I can't stop thinking the show in those terms until they.
Please, I mean, I want the show to. I mean, I'm cool with it leaving it hanging as long as it needs to,
Right.
For suspense purposes. But I hope that it eventually tells us one way or the
Is
other.
that mine?
Yes.
Will that interrupt what we're doing?
No, you're not going to get anything because you're on. It's on airplane mode.
Oh, okay.
There should be no interruptions there. I love that the old tech was a PC.
Right.
Like when they're down there, it's just like a regular PC.
But he opens it up and then takes out his little folded tablet and just
Right.
fucking boom, signs right
Now,
in.
that was the thing where it was showing us who the old models were. Dolores was right there in the middle.
Right.
Now, we've heard from... Fuck, this is that thing. The guy that has the girl's name. Ashley... Or Stubbs. He said Dolores is the oldest one in the park.
Right.
So she's presumably the first, the original tech.
Robot.
Where she has
She's the robot in
Yes.
yours. Yes, I believe so.
Or they mean her personality, like we were talking a little bit ago.
She's
Maybe
been
that's what it
changed
is.
so much. That's a way too that she's moved to her personality. When she got shot, she bled. Would that happen to
The original ones?
Yeah.
No. Oh, you mean yeah? So each stage
Well, that was
of her development.
okay. Her getting shot was a flash in her mind, so I guess that wouldn't have actually happened. She like saw that happen,
Oh,
and then it
yeah.
didn't happen.
But yeah, okay. Yeah, but her consciousness
Yeah.
is the oldest. I think is what they're
Right.
saying. That personality is not her literally.
So then, I
So
see.
they're
I wonder
like things.
if she's
I don't know,
been
it's
if
weird.
she's been through this whole process that Maeve is going through already, and they've reset her. Like she's been through the whole process of waking up and figuring out what's happening, and they
So you think that's where it would go to? That they would eventually reset her to where she wouldn't remember
so
that
they
stuff?
wiped her or whatever.
You
and
think so? I
They
think
just kept the
she's-
base personalities, or it's somewhere kept and they're all coming back all at
I
once.
don't know that. Yeah, I mean, I think that they do remember them, and that it's all part of it. You know.
I mean, the timeline thing is hard. It's hard just not to assume that that's what it is, with all that's going on.
I
and
think
the
this is the
different
first
things.
episode without William since he came on.
Yes.
Which is weird because
And we didn't see
I
any
read he
William
was
or Dolores.
I read that he was in 9 episodes, and he wasn't in the first one. So I'm like, oh, he's going to be in every episode then, but he's not. So that's strange. They like said that.
I wonder
he
if
was,
they count like the previously on when they show that and he
Oh,
pops up
did
in
he?
the well, yeah. In the
Okay,
previously
that's
on,
right.
yeah.
He would have been on that. Just random observations. Ford
Okay,
is
you got another
channeling.
cut of the logo there, the new
Right,
logo.
Yes, that's the new logo.
Okay.
That was the second.
So now I'm buying it even more. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that, and then they show
Yeah.
the new logo when they take her upstairs. Same episode, different
Right.
logo.
For the listeners, we're looking at a picture of Maeve standing next to the new Westworld logo that they show
But
in the title.
But
episode.
when William walked up, they had the old
It
logo.
was the old logo.
On the screen with the.
Which is a different like, kind of W-looking thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. I really feel like I have to watch the whole thing again.
Right. No,
And
absolutely.
I feel like I have to like binge watch it almost. Just to be like totally engrossed into the world and boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just watch them all together again. Like I feel like I should do that now before the final 4 episodes. I should start getting to work
Yeah, it
on
makes
that and
sense.
doing
We
it
should
again.
probably watch them over.
And be a little more educated on it, you know, because pay attention to some finer details.
So again, random observations. Ford is channeling the governor on The Walking Dead with his decor. Did you notice the head museum?
Yeah. Okay.
Like he's got and Game of Thrones, also
With
the
the
same
head
kind
museum,
of thing. Yeah. When Teresa broke up with Bernard, I like how she said, "If there's nothing else, we're done." Like he fucking asked for this meeting. Like he didn't fucking ask for that meeting.
And you know what?
And she's like, "If there's nothing else, what do you mean? If there's nothing else, you just ended us. What do you mean? If there's nothing else?"
Apparently there's not. See you later, bitch.
Right. That fucking shot of the escalators was beautiful.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like just the circling, spiraling.
They've seen that
down.
before, though.
Have we?
Yeah, in like one of the first 2 episodes, like when Bernard was going home, like that's them
Oh,
going
okay.
like to the living quarters area.
Oh, man, it's amazing how,
It's cool
how big
looking.
the thing is.
It's gigantic, dude. Like you really have to get. They showed you a bit of a scope of it when William and Logan are coming in on the train.
Yeah.
And they come out the window and they pan way, way, way out, and then they go into the map room.
Right.
So, but they get to the point where the train is like, you know, I mean, it's massive. This
Yeah.
thing is massive.
General questions overall.
Then where did they get the land? Like, how is this an entire country like that they have to have? Like,
Is this, again, when is this?
when? Right. Is it floating? Like in the air? Like is it just a giant fucking spaceship that's just floating in the middle of the air? Like a space fucking station that's just floating in the sky? There's nowhere for him to go in case
Valid.
Well, I mean, in
Valid
case
question.
what if the host, like that was a precaution they had to take in case the hosts ever do come to life, per se, just for lack of a better way to become conscious.
That would be cool. That would be almost.
So they just all
like,
get there like a cliffhanger at the end. They're all running to go start taking over and killing. They just get to the edge and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And they're pan out and you're
Right.
fucking on a big giant.
That's the ending
Spaceship.
to season 1 of Persons Unknown. It was
They're all
this, it was
floating,
this
like-
show. Spoilers for Persons Unknown. It was this 13 episode series, and the premise of it was this guy just woke up in this hotel, and a bunch of other people just woke up there too in this
Right.
little town. It was just like a square, and it was just empty, but they couldn't leave. If they tried to leave, they'd get like zapped or whatever. Like it was weird. You didn't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, it's all a test. The people that survived the first one, like at the end of it, they wake up in the hotel again after like completing it. They're like, "What the fuck?" It kept resetting.
Yeah.
And like they wake up and they go downstairs and they open up the elevator door and somebody's standing there and the door opens. They goes, "Welcome to level 2," and you pan back and they're on a fucking boat in the middle of the ocean, like a barge, and it's just like, what the fuck? And then they ended the series and never.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I was like,
I think
holy
you've told me that before.
Right, like,
yeah, that sucks.
Damn. Yeah, so something like that could happen with if they get out of the park. What was the incident? They keep mentioning it. There had to be one now. At this point,
Well,
I
yeah.
feel like there was an incident. If we're talking things that are lost, the fucking incident,
The Man in
the
Black.
Man in Black. I
They've
mean,
used a couple things, for
it's
sure.
like they're. I'm cool if they're homaging. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's what it'll be with J.J.
has to be,
Abrams.
right?
Well, it has to be a bit of an homage.
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't... You would know better. I know Carlton Cuse. I know Damon Lindelof. And I know J.J. Abrams. I don't know who was responsible for what parts of Lost.
Right. I think J.J. Abrams helped Damon Lindelof come up with the series Bible. What the years were going to be. Like which parts, when they would get to this section.
And
or
then
this and this.
Carlton
Yeah.
Cuse and Damon Lindelof came
And
up
then
with all
they
the
were doing
finer
the week to
minutes.
week. Yes.
Okay. So, like you said, you don't think that J.J. Abrams is involved in the day-to-day of this.
I wouldn't imagine so.
But like
Dude's
he
busy as
probably did
fuck.
the same something similar that came up with the series
here are
Bible.
the benchmarks.
Here's our right.
On Lost, he said hatch. Like they should find a hatch. That was all he came up with right then. Like, and then they had to figure out all the stuff surrounding that and fill in the blanks. So he's given them the bookmarks of the benchmarks, the bullet points of where to go.
The big series.
Yeah.
Like, fine. So I have a feeling that in the next 4 episodes, like, I said this last week, I think that shit was going to start hitting the fan. It didn't so much. I mean, there was a pretty good battle scene in this with Teddy
But what
going...
could have been the
apeshit.
incident? Is that what happened to at level 82?
See, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of that's going to all come in, and that's going to... Dude, I'm telling you.
Because that's
all
fascinating.
those...
Stuff that
remember I said that looked like Attack on Titan? That room full of just, like, decommissioned fucking...
right.
They're all going to come to life, and they're going to like try to take over, or somebody's going to flip them on.
I mean, maybe
turn
that
them on
was
each
the
other.
incident. I love the idea of something from history influencing the way people are behaving now.
And us not
Influencing-
knowing what that is.
Yes, and us not knowing what that is. That's
If
Lost.
this is anywhere, yeah.
If you're enjoying Westworld, go fucking watch
No,
Lost.
see, but the thing is if they do that, we might not get. If they're going to go that route, we might not get some of these answers till way later.
and that's fine. It's only going to be 5 seasons or so.
As they said that,
Yeah, they've said we have a 5-season plan for Westworld.
Well, that's great. Like
Right.
5 seasons, that's good. Yeah, that's
we
a
don't
nice
need-
long time. So yeah, we can wait to. Oh, we didn't get this answer. We didn't get this answer. We
But
didn't get
even
this
if
answer.
we don't get every answer at
No,
the end,
absolutely not. I
you
hope that
have
that's
to
not
have
what the case
things
is.
to fucking discuss.
No, I hope that at
And
the
if
end
it's
of the
like, here's
I
the
hope that
checklist of-
at the end of the finale of this season that we have, like, we're sitting back like, holy shit, that was
Right.
great. Can't wait till next season to see what's going on. Like,
Uh-huh.
I hope we have a ton to talk about at the end of the season.
Now, unless you have any other thoughts about the episode,
Well, we didn't really talk about Teddy and Man in Black.
Okay, go on. Any thoughts on that? I don't really have anything. written
Why
about
did that dude turn on him? Teddy Flood. He turned around and aimed his gun at him right away. You're a cold-blooded killer. Like, is he, like, what? Was he partners with Wyatt? Like, I don't understand that whole part.
Oh.
I guess that's a question. And then he got on the machine gun and just mowed a bunch of soldiers down. Like,
Right. They keep mentioning Flood. That's weird.
Teddy Flood is his name.
Because somebody put up this thing about the coming flood. And the theory is basically, they said since episode 1 we've seen the motif of flooding, from the flooded basement floors to the overflowing glass of wine in episode 5, to the very names of characters, Abernathy, mouth of a river, Ford, and clearly Flood. Looking at the hologram of Westworld, there's a notably large body of water at the peak of the map, and the main cities and villages lie below the mesas, and the large body of water is mentioned by Teddy to Dolores. So Ford's grand new storyline must be the cause of the great destruction. He has no problem wrecking large portions of his park and mostly ignores the chaos of the hosts and Delos around him, indicating he has some larger plan. Delos is so Dharma. His God complex and interest in the church for his new storyline leans towards a story of biblical proportions, destroying what he views as inferior biological robotic creation, reverting the park back toward the original mechanical creation he obviously has affection for. Ford isn't particularly happy with how the world he created has changed and needs to continue to chase a goal of his work. So beginning with a fresh start towards the mechanical world in his order isn't a far stretch. My concerns are still how this plays out with Delos, if this is a play for control or Ford's final destructive mark before being ousted from his world.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So I don't know about Man in Black and Teddy at the moment. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I didn't rewatch that part. I only watched that on Monday afternoon. So
There was another interesting part when he walked in.
Just checking to see if that happened to be what was on behind us.
when Bernard walked into the room with all of Ford's mechanical family.
Okay.
He looked at the old guy and was like, "Aren't you Arnold?" Mm. And then that guy walked up to him all mean and he was like, "Deceased motor function, blah blah blah." He tried to get him to stop all the way, and then Ford walked in and stopped everything. But then Ford called him that, said it was his dad.
So maybe his dad was Arnold.
Maybe his dad was Arnold. You know what? That even makes sense, because if the little boy was him,
now exactly,
totally
he would
him.
Make his family so he could relive
so maybe his
childhood.
dad. Aren't you Arnold? There's a clue right there. I think Bernard gave us a clue when he walked in the room.
Wouldn't you want to relive your childhood if you could? You'd want to be able to observe it. You know what I mean? And that's sort of what he would be doing if he was making his family.
Right.
I don't know. It seems to make sense.
And then he hits Bernard with the, "Wouldn't you want to see your son again?
Right.
If you could, And then he's like, "I gotta go." But yeah, that was I think that's a big clue right there. Bernard pointing out, "Hey, aren't you Arnold?"
There was also an interview where they said it's likely that we'll see Arnold.
So I think we already have.
I mean, it's possible.
I think Arnold
Do you think Arnold is the guy that lives at the center of the maze? Like that whole thing that Teddy was talking about? Do you think that's a real thing, or do you think that's legend? That the guy died and came back so many times or something? I can't remember all the details of what he was saying about
what
it.
Teddy was saying about the maze?
Yeah, about the guy at the center of it. And then he built the maze so that nobody could find it but him. I don't know where the hell...
But wasn't he saying it like it wasn't Teddy saying that it wasn't an actual maze? Like it was something else? I can't remember that conversation specifically. It's been a few days since I watched the episode.
Question. How does the butcher / wannabe programmer know he's human?
How do any of them know they're human? How do they...
We haven't confirmed that they are.
No, we haven't. And why would you pay real people to do all that stuff when you could... I mean, they don't behave as the hosts do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that could be by design.
It could be.
So they said the host brain is more powerful, but the drawback is they're under Ford's control. So they could just be under Ford's control and not even know it. They could think that they're getting to go do things, but they really just live in...
But they live there.
Yeah, so
they never leave that place.
I mean, we've been talking about that for a while.
So what's on the outside? What's on the outside of this?
Well, no, that they're going to just be... What do you call it? They'll just be hosts.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Except for Ford.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just twisting this whole entire scheming game around himself.
Right.
Just for fun.
With a few
turning them against each other.
With a few outsiders like Man in Black coming in.
Right. Well, the guests
would be guests, but everybody around him.
Even the people all working on everything is all hosts. That would be crazy, isn't it?
Could the guy just stop fucking ogling her and, focus on pairing the device when he was just like, Felix, he was just fucking staring at her. It's like, dude, come on, just focus here. You're trying to do something really stupid. So
she's not that hot anymore.
Just like keep it in your pants, man. Okay, so other little notes. Maeve is growing like a human because of the reveries. It's not that she's doing things she shouldn't be. It's the outside input from humans. Paranoia, self-preservation, those are human traits.
Right.
Bernard Lowe is an anagram for Beware Arnold.
I read that a minute ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, no, there's no A at Arnold, but whatever. And I did not come up with that. I suck at anagrams. I cannot unscramble letters if you have them.
You're the one that like puts two words together.
Oh, I mash words, yes, but anagrams, no, I don't. I can't decode words that are. I have to figure out what else it was. I can make stuff up, but yeah, I mean that's about it. I can't think of anything else from this episode. I'm excited to see where it goes. It felt okay. I will say this: it felt like a drop from the previous episodes. And I had heard that there was a production halt after episode 5. Now, I heard that the reason it was not so much creatively, but it was when you have to do filming and stuff, you have to, especially if you're going to repeat scenes, like the first couple episodes did, they kept going back to the same places. Right. Apparently what they were doing was shooting it in like chronological order, episode at a time. Instead of filming all of the scenes in one location with one actor back to back and saving production costs, they were shooting it over and over again and then calling everybody out to do that again and getting them on different days. And like, so they had to get their production tightened up and streamlined. But I feel like if you were going to do that, wouldn't you come back in episode 6 with a more streamlined and better product? And it felt like one of the lesser episodes. I don't know if it was that it was missing the Logan and what do you call it storyline, Logan and William and Dolores. Right. That it felt a little bit more hollow than usual. Thoughts?
Maybe it was that. Maybe it was because we were missing kind of a storyline. Yeah. But see, that even pokes more to me that they're in a different.
But why wouldn't we be seeing Dolores? Oh, because she's not there at that time? I mean, she's been around. We don't know when. Fuck, man. I'm. This show is confusing me in all the best ways.
It is. It really is.
If you wouldn't mind subscribing on iTunes, subscribe on YouTube. Please use our Amazon link on thishishowtowatchtv.com if you're going to do any holiday shopping. It's one of the easiest ways to support the podcast for little to no money. And by that I mean no money, because they give us a little tiny bit of your transaction, but you don't have to pay more. Right. So, tell somebody else about the show if you like this. Here's a call to action. Comment. Tell us stuff we're missing, stuff we should be talking about. If you hate us, for example, if you hate that he took one vape hit during the show, if you hate that we seem ill-prepared or are drinking a beer or seem to be unprofessional, realize that there's no such thing as professional. You know what professional means? It means you're getting paid for it, and we're not getting paid to do this. That's exactly the
definition of the word
professional. We're literally doing this because we love TV, so don't be a douche. Right. See you later.
This is how to watch TV.
All these memories in my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.